What's up, guys? So tonight actually, it's about 8 o'clock at night. I am going to try to peel the doors off, which is going to be a task because we're dipsticks and we didn't put wheels back on it before we put it on here. So the doors do not open. So luckily we peeled enough of the fenders back that I can saw the fenders off and get to the hinge and cut the hinge and all that wonderful stuff. So we're gonna try to get that tackled tonight. That way I can get to the seats, the dash. I'm gonna start trying to peel all that stuff out. That way I can attempt to cut the floor out of the cab, at least over the trans tunnel, to get to the top bell housing bolts, because that was a suggestion that was made, and I'm a big fan of it, because cutting the trans tunnel to get to the top transmission bolts and then lifting this just enough to get under and get the bottom bolts off is a way better idea than trying to jack this whole thing up and put it on rims, because that's going to be a nightmare. So we're going to get to it. So we're going to start with the passenger door first, because this fender got pretty well cut off the other day when we were tearing the front end down. So I'm going to start with I'm going to try to cut the hinge pins and see how lucky I get with that. If that doesn't work, then I'm just going to completely cut the hinges on both sides. I'll get this out of the way. But we're going to start with this door and see how that theory goes. That's crazy how much of that just sits inside your fender. That was inside the fender that whole time. Got that done. Okay, so now I don't think I'm even going to screw with the pins. I think I'm just going to try to cut the hinges on the tops and bottoms of it. That's pretty thick, but I'm going to try it anyways, as long as I can get the grinder in there, and we'll see how that goes. So that wasn't working very well. I thought that I could punch these pins out. Either, I don't know which way they go or what. I'm not Googling it because I don't care. The grinder's not really fitting in here like I thought it would. So I'm going to take the Sawzall and we're going to try to just cut the pins in the middle and see if that works. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to cut the hinges this way and just completely ruin them. So we'll figure it out. Dead battery, what do you know? Did a little better that time, didn't we? Let's see how loose that seems. Okay. About here. Okay, that hinge is free. That's cool. That's good. So now I'm going to grind this bottom piece out a little bit, just kind of like I did up here, to give myself a little more room with the Sawzall, and then I'm going to get in there and saw these bottom two pins, and that should let me get this door off. I wonder what else it's holding on. Okay. Alright. The pins are loose completely. I'm an idiot. These bolts do actually hold the door in, so I'm going to get a ratchet and pull these out, and then cut this harness, and then hopefully the door will come out. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I didn't cut the harness. Haha! Stupid! Let's fix that right quick. I guess it'll be nice. Just in case. I definitely don't need the truck side, so. Might try to sell like the window motor and whatever else people might need, who knows. Try to get every dime I can out of extra parts on this. And whatever the heck this is. Hopefully that just slides out, I can't tell. I see it inside right here. I'm gonna try to pull on it, see if that's holding it in. Is that holding it? That little rod?
Yeah.
I don't even understand how that... Oh.
It slides right out.
Okay. Alright, so there's one door. Alright, so we just got the fender off. I pretty much just bent the crap out of it till I could get to the bolts because I didn't feel like cutting much more. Now I'm going to try to, since we figured it out on that side that you didn't need to knock the pins out, all I'm going to do is kind of peel this door back and basically just stick a pry bar in there, because if you don't give a crap about it, you can just stick a pry bar in between the two and just pry them apart and the pins don't matter. So we're going to do that, and looks like that one's already pulled out for me with some ghetto stuff. Let's hope that was nothing important. Alright, so I got these hood pins popped. If you ever are doing what I'm doing, which I doubt you would be, you don't have to knock those pins out. If you're at this point right here, you can just take a pry bar and bend this, and it pretty easily bends. And they just pretty much pop out. So I'm going to get this snipped and then start tugging on it and see if I can get that sucker out. Who knows what kind of ghetto crap that was? I'd really like to know. Oh shit, the cab's up against it. Alright, so I got this seat out. I did not record that because I'm lazy and I didn't feel like it, and I forgot. So there's a bunch of wonderful things here, but I'm gonna time lapse taking that other seat out because I feel bad because I didn't show y'all taking this seat out. So I'm gonna time lapse that, and that'll probably be it for tonight. Succeeded at getting both the doors off. And I'm going to call it good at ripping the seats out and the console. And then I'm going to get back at it tomorrow night and try to rip as much of the dash out as I can. And the carpet, probably try to start cutting at the tunnel. All right, so we got the seats out. That was pretty straightforward. If you've never done that before, it's pretty simple. They're these crappy bits. 9 out of 10 people don't have the right sockets for these, and cheat code is get out your socket set and get you some 6 or 12 points. 12 points are better for those, and you can put a set of 12-point sockets on those and keep going until you find the right size, and it will work. So, pro tip for y'all that didn't know that. As far as crap we found, there's a boatload of change all throughout this. There's a warranty card for a Kenwood that I got ripped off on. That didn't come with the $200 deal I made. So, but we got a pair of pliers. Whoop-de-doo. Jay's valet. Somebody valeted this hunk of crap. Wow, how about that? Somebody bought something at a yard sale for $100. And somebody felt like it needed some light bulbs. I could see those are very useful. But that's where we're at for tonight. I'm going to call it quits. The fenders are completely off, the doors are off, seats are out, so that makes it cake. Now all I got to do is just rip the carpet up, pull the dash out, which won't take much, and then that will allow me to get to the rest of the ECU harness that goes through the firewall. What's up, guys? So it's night 2. It's now Thursday night. It's about 9 o'clock. Just had dinner with Tyus and Jaden. Tyus hooked me up with a tripod. I can't use it just yet. I've got to get a little adapter for it. But that's no big deal. That'll be cheap and easy. And then you guys can get some better tripod footage. But anyways, our goal tonight is to get the carpet out, which won't take a whole lot, I think. I think it'll be pretty straightforward. Other than that, we're going to peel all these plastic panels off, kick panels, get the B-pillar panels, the piece back here, this. We'll get all this stuff tore off the roof, get the pillars out, which really I guess I don't have to worry about the roof so much. I'm mainly worried about ripping the dash out. So I'm going to get to unbolting the dash and get as much of that peeled back as I can. Drill works real good without a battery in it. Stupid. There's 2 on each side. Those 2. Those 2. See if the speaker cover comes off. No, it's one piece. So all this just pops off. Got our 7. A major key, if you use one of the little D-wall impacts a lot, is getting these little adapters so that you can put a regular socket on them. So like this is your 1/4-inch drive one. This is a 1/2-inch drive. So I would not do any 1/2-inch drive bolts with that big one. And then I think I already have the 3/8 one out. But if y'all are wondering how people get sockets on these impacts, that's how you do that. Pro tip. And major key, if you're doing any stuff, any of your bolts that aren't torqued very much, this thing will zip them right off. Take them out, put them back in. It makes doing stuff so much easier than using like a ratchet and sitting there and ratcheting, or a nut driver. And if you got one of these drills, that's the way to go. looks like I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and Google how to get this piece of crap out of here, because the whole rest of the dash is flappy except for right here. So apparently I'm not doing something right. So alright, so pulled up a video, and apparently there's some little tabs in here on both sides. And you just push those in and this pulls out. So let's see how that goes. Damn, I can't get that side. There we go. Sick. What wires have we got? Let's see this. This dash pad's pretty clean. It's got the peeling that they all do, but it's not cracked, so who knows, maybe I can sell this. Maybe somebody with a cracked one wants a replacement. You know what? I just got an idea. I just remembered there's a head camera thing in there, and that's probably better than me having my back to y'all the whole time. So I'm going to take you off of this mount and try the headband out, and we'll see how that does. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a night for tonight. I got the better part of the dash took apart. Got everything of the interior wiring, everything that's under the dash, all that. It's all pulled to the side here, and it's not attached to anything. There's nothing attached anymore except for right here through the firewall. So tomorrow we'll figure that out, how we're going to make that go one way or the other. I think it's easier to disconnect from this side and pull that through. I'm not real sure. We'll figure that out tomorrow. I would cut, but I'm keeping as much of this together, so I plan on making my own harness, going through and nitpicking what needs to go in that truck and what needs to come out of this one. So I'm trying to save everything that I can. That way, when I'm dissecting the harness, if I have to have this sensor over here, or if I have to have this module, or I need this wire from this pin, I know where it all is because I'm leaving it all together. I'm not hacking none of it up. So that was a biatch. I did not think that the dash was that hard to get apart, but it was. All I have left to do really is to disconnect the steering column from the engine bay side, and then the steering column will come out because it's smoked. So all we'll have left to do is get the blower motor out and the heater core and all that crap out of the way, and then yank the carpet out, and then that'll expose the tunnel right there. And then we will be able to cut it up and hopefully have enough access to get the transmission bolts and get them loosened, and hopefully yank the motor out tomorrow night, Friday night. I'd need to get my thumb out of my butt and get the motor out to begin with anyways, but once I get the motor out and get all this wiring laid out, I can set it in here in the garage, and we can get this trailer out of here, and we can get our toys put back in here that don't need to get rained on. So look forward to that for the next episode. The next episode we'll have the motor out. That's a done deal. I'll also probably spend the weekend while it's raining. I'm gonna organize all these trim pieces of what's good and what's bad, what's got holes in it, whatnot, and all these vents, AC vents, and kick panel plastic and all this stuff. Pretty pissed at myself. I cracked the windshield here, getting one of these bracket bolts loose with the dang drill. Freaking idiot. So now my hope was that I was going to take the windshield and the back glass and take it to a glass shop and trade them for a windshield for the 95, but it's not happening with the front one now. I can still get the back one out and maybe trade it to him for some credit or something. I don't know how that's going to work out, but hopefully I get lucky. That would be sick. So yeah, I think I got it all covered. Hope you guys enjoyed. This video was a lot different than the other one. This was mainly just nitpicky, getting little stuff took apart. I was trying some different things with the camera. I filmed this episode in a little higher resolution than the last one was shot in 1080p. This one's in 2.7K. So we're going to try that out and see what you guys think. See if you like it a little better. See if it looks a little cleaner. And other than that, thank you guys so much for the support on episode 1. You guys blew it out of the water. I never expected to get that much support in one episode, but you guys did it. So I'm stoked. Thank you guys. Please stay tuned. Like, subscribe, comment, blah, blah, blah. You've heard it all 1,000 times. That's it for me. I'm out.